Hi everyone. I wanted to share a little technique I came up with to get the veins on paper petals and paper leaves. I was working on a little project, I'm still working on it, by a lovely lady named Lucy at paperglitterglue.com, and she primarily makes little houses, and I think they're called puts houses. So she came up with this little fairy house that had petals on the roof. And the instructions for that is actually hosted over on Jennifer Maker's website, which I think is just jennifermaker.com. Both great ladies, both do wonderful crafts, so check them both out. But in the meantime, Lucy had made her petals using crepe paper, which I didn't have at the time. So I started wondering what to do, because I also did not have an embosser or an embossing folder or plate or anything of the kind to go in my manual die cutting machine, excuse me. But what I did have was this handy little tool that is used in cake decorating. And it is exactly what it appears to be. It is a veining tool for sugar flowers and leaves. This particular one is made by Wilton. It comes, I believe it comes with one other piece, and you find it in the cake decorating section normally. And I wondered if it would work if I used it to vein the petals, paper petals and paper leaves. Turns out it does, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, I put my phone a little higher. I've never made a video before, so I know you're not supposed to have the tripod in here, but I'm very new to this, so I'm just going to go for it. So what I did was I first cut out the petals on my Silhouette software. If you go to Lucy's website, I do believe she gives you all the patterns to cut things out manually as well. But she very kindly gives the SVG files to also use them with your digital machine. So it took a couple of tries, but I sort of figured out a plan. And what I did was I put a little water on here, and there's this handy little tool which is also used for cake decorating. It's just a little foam pad. So I would squirt a little water on, set the petal on. Now the key here is to not get too much water, because you don't want the paper to become fragile. So you kind of just make sure that it's fully wet. And you can take off a little of the excess water if you like. And then what you do, or what I did anyway, apply some pretty heavy pressure with your fingertips to this. You can already see, hopefully, that the veining is coming through. So that's a good sign. So then you can just lift it off and set it aside to dry. I think you can see that that worked pretty good. Once they dry, they get a little curly. You could potentially just flatten them in something. Actually, there's some great cake decorating tools for those as well. But in this case, I just left them because they're gonna straighten out when I start to work with them. So now you need to kind of highlight the veins that are on there with a little bit of color. So what I did was I just took some ink. This is close to my heart, hollyhock. This is ancient. I've had this for like a zillion years, and I cannot believe it actually still works. But this is an alcohol ink, so it dries pretty quickly. And these little doodads are all the rage right now. They are little Japanese makeup brushes. They're incredibly soft. I got these at the Japanese dollar store, but they're all over Amazon. And, be careful what you pay. I really don't think there's a huge, buying more expensive ones doesn't make a difference. In fact, I wouldn't want to use the expensive ones for this purpose. I'd want to use them on my face. But these, I probably paid a few bucks for them each, and they come in a variety of sizes. So what I did with this was I sort of load this up with ink, kind of rub it a bit, but then you tap a little off because otherwise you get this big blob when you start to, oh, look at me. I just put my finger in it. Okay, wait, I'm gonna get another one because I'm an idiot. Okay, let's try that again. Sort of just gently brush it. Get a little more ink if you need it. It's really up to you how much you put on, but once you start putting it on, you do see the veins start to appear more. That's about it. I mean, you could do this, you could cut out, a full flower and do it the same way. You just need to make sure, actually it doesn't even matter. You could do one petal at a time, just moving your paper around. This one is the leaf one. It also worked very well. I didn't cut out any large leaves, but you can see this is even deeper. So I just thought this was a fun way, possibly less expensive way, because I'm sure these molds cost less than a die or a impression mat or whatever. But that's about it. And then, here's the little thing that I've been gluing together. I'm not super happy with it, so I'm going to redo it. But anyway, check out Lucy at Paper Glitter Glue and Jennifer Maker at Jennifer Maker. They are awesome. I read their blogs all the time, and they're all over, Facebook and Instagram and all that too. That's about it. Hope this wasn't super crappy. Have a great day.